fellow Toastmaster. Myself, Prabhjot, and I will be facilitating today's table topics as topic master. My role would be to give every members and the guests opportunity to practice their impromptu speech. And please do note that your speeches would be having a time period of around 2 minutes. So let's keep that in check. And also, quick uh, summary or things you can keep in mind before going impromptu is that take your time before you are going to deliver your speech, express your opinion, and on the lines of what, why, when, how, where, who. So these are some of the questions which you can frame upon, and also try to make a structurized speech before you begin. Once you are ready, just roll on into the impromptu speech. So, starting with the first table topic. So, I would like to invite who would be the person who would like to give this. So, I do see Toastmaster Pratik raising his hand. So, Toastmaster Pratik, I do have a interesting topic for you based on our today's theme, Friendship Day. So, what do you believe are some of the traits you find in a good friend?
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhjot. What are the traits that I look in a person for a good friend? Honestly, the friendship, when we talk about friendship, to me, it is most of the time, we have a word, hisabi kitabi or behisabi. So whenever I'm looking in a friend, so that friendship should be literally, which in English means, unconditional. Whenever I'm looking forward to, build friendship with someone, probably I would be all in that relationship. So to me, when it comes to friendship, that is a kind of relation where there are things in your life, ups and downs, sorrow and happiness, which you can share with your friend without any hesitation at all. So if you have you say you are a good friend, but you have to think about before calling your friend at 2 in the night, then according to me, that's not a behisabi friendship. If there is help required, maybe no matter how silly it is or how impossible that could be for your friend, still calling him up and explaining the situation and asking for help, that is something which, according to me, creates a stronger bond. And that is something which, first and foremost, quality or uh, yeah, thing which I would look in a friendship. Back to you, Toastmaster Prabhjot. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik, for sharing your thoughts over what are the traits of good friend. So, I would like to invite for my next table topic.
We have two hands
So,
raised here in the room, Savan and Vishal. So first Savan and then Vishal.
Yes, so I would like to invite Toastmaster Savan. So, uh, so Toastmaster Savan, the topic for you would be role of communication in nurturing meaningful friendships.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhjot. Just a quick audio video check. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. All right. So my topic is the role of communication in friendship, right? So I think communication is the key aspect of any kind of relationship. Here we are talking about friendship, but if I talk about any relationship, communication is the key. Because without communication, if you are not communicating effectively, it's not possible for you to interact with your friends, to share your emotions, and to understand their emotions, right? So I think communication plays a very important and key role in the friendship. So talking about communication, so it's not always necessary that you are talking to your friends on a regular basis, like you're talking to them regularly, like daily or weekly basis. Because sometimes when, as we grow old, our communication is not the same as it used to be while we were young. So as we grow old, we don't get enough time to connect with our friends. But I think it's important that we keep the communication lines open. So it's not important how frequent you're connecting, but I think it's important that you connect often enough so that you understand each other, you know each other's situations well, and you can keep the bond going, and you can keep the bond getting strong with time. So yeah, so I think that's the most important thing about communication, that the quantity of communication does not matter, but it's the quality of the communication that keeps the friendship healthy and effective. Thank you. That's all my thoughts about this topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Savan, for sharing your wonderful views. And so for the next topic,
Have Vishal.
who did Vishal? Yeah, so I would like to welcome Toastmaster Vishal. So, Toastmaster Vishal, for the topic for you, I would be having. You have listened to the traits of a good friend and also the role of communication in nurturing meaningful friendships. So, I would love to hear from you that many times there are miscommunication in friendships, and there are things which raise to certain conflicts around. So, what do you believe are some effective ways, or what is your art of resolving conflicts and misunderstandings with your friends?
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Prabhjot. I think conflict is something which can arise not only between friends, but it can arise even like between you and your parents, your siblings, your spouse, uh, because it's not, I mean, it's not in an ideal way. You and the person that you are interacting with will have same views, but as I said, that happens in the ideal way or a utopia that we used to call. But the way we look at things and the way other person looks at things will be totally different. So it's not that you are not bound to have conflicts throughout the life. That's like part and parcel of human life, and that's what makes us different from the other species. I think the key is to understand and think about effective ways to resolve that conflict. And one of the key things in that, I would say, is to understand the expectations. I mean, if there are two people who have a conflict, then what are their understanding from the other person, right? So if both of the person are clear about the expectation, then I think conflict resolution is easy. Again, I mean, I'll go back to the point that Savan mentioned, that communication is essentially the main thing that binds everything. Uh, you might not talk to your friend or someone with whom you have a conflict, but if you have a constant communication, maybe try to explain why things have not been, going in the right direction. I think that like the proper communication or that level of discussion will help you to resolve those conflicts. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal, for these views. So, moving on, who would be the next? So, I see Toastmaster Anurag. So, Toastmaster Anurag, I would be the topic for you have is how did the childhood friendships impacted your adulthood life? So, anything about you would like to share upon it and throw some light? You're invited.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prabhjot. There's a famous quote, a friend in need is a friend indeed. When the Toastmaster Shivani was giving a preview of her childhood friendship, and please go, please give me a minute. I'm sorry, there was one unexpected guest, so I'm the only one at home, so I had to open the door. Can you hear me right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Toastmaster Prabhjot, can you repeat the topic again?
Yeah, so the topic I have for you is that how or like what was the significance of childhood friendships and how did they shape your adulthood life?
I would say, apart from your relatives or your blood relations, the one who's close to you are your real friends. They may be near to you or they may be far apart, but these are someone with whom you can share your feelings, whether these are the moments of joy or sorrow, anything. Maybe even sometimes you can't share with your close ones, but you can quite easily and with quite effortlessly you can share with your friends. The point is you should have such friends in your life. I would say I was lucky enough to have such friends in my life in the earlyhood. Even though we are not in close touch, we are apart in different geographies, but still we are as close as we were in the earlier lives. So it's a treasure. I would say, a treasure in your life if you have such good friends in your life over there. That really shaped with me, that really helped me in decision making whenever I'm in a quite fix certain complex issues in my life which I cannot discuss, I cannot share with anyone else. I have few couple of fast friends with whom I can rely, and I can take for granted they will give me the best possible advice, and that prove good and helpful for taking the positive decisions in my life. Thank you, and that really shaped me, and thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, for sharing your thoughts. So I would like to invite, uh, so I do see Mayank raising his hand. Yeah, so I would like to invite Toastmaster Mayank, and the topic for him would be, so what do you feel is the impact of social media on today's friendships? And you are free to share your pros and cons over it. You are on mute.
Sorry, thank you, TM Prabhjot, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. So I must say, yes, social media is not bad. So social media is good that with social media, we are able to close with our friends. We would be able to connect. But thing is that a real friend is the friend with whom you would be able to spend your best and worst moment. Okay. So, if suppose you are in trouble or you have some celebration, in any scenario, whether it is a sorrow or it is a happy scenario, you need your friend with you. So that is something I want with my friends, and I want to be such kind of person as well. If I have some friendship with someone, then okay. With social media is good enough that okay. With social media, we are able to know that we are still attached, and we get to know each other on regular basis. But the ideally deal breaker is that uh, are you able to join your friend physically when he needs you or not? If you are if you are if social media is a medium uh, uh, that can make it possible or that can encourage you to do that, then that's fine. But if not, if you are thinking that okay, you are you, your friend needs you and you from very distant place, you are making some calls, and you would be able to solve his problem, or you would be able to be a part of his happiness. So that would not never be happened. So for me, if a true friend is someone who would be with you with your happy and sad moments. Over to you, TM Prabhjot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank, for sharing your opinions. So I would like to invite next. Who would be the next for the
Yes.
topic?
Yeah.
Pardon?
We have a guest here who wants to go next.
Yeah. So good evening. So good afternoon. Can we have your name?
Yeah, I'm Sunil Sharma. So today is my first day here. I got to know about this meeting from a person who comes in the gym. We gym together. So he introduced me to this opportunity, and I was because I like speaking and I like listening. So that's why I was very happy when he approached me for this. So today I'm here, and the main reason for me to accept his invitation was one more, Mr. Ashish Agarwal. He works in the same company I work in. We work in the same office. He sits on first floor, I sit on the second floor, but we have never met. Every day, yeah. So every day we are having interaction on mails. I'm sending 10 mails. लेकिन कभी मीटिंग नहीं हुआ whenever I went to see him once or twice मतलब during I think 5-6 months में 3-4 बार I went to meet him he was not there तो मतलब मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि basically कौन है वो
Nestle, what we call is united by Nestle, divided by floor. On the same floor, we keep interacting with people, but on different floor, we don't often go. And even if we go, there are so many people, it is really difficult to
So
connect.
today I could see that he is the same person just by checking the DP. No. मुझे पता चला कि he is the same person.
I still couldn't because you haven't put your DP.
But it's okay. So I was open for any question because the very interesting questions were being asked. So Prabhjot ji, na,
Yeah,
going
yes.
to ask the question. Yeah.
So,
So thank you for your introduction, guest Sunil, right?
Yeah, Sunil Sharma.
Yeah, yes, Sunil. So, as you have shared your introduction with me, I would like to give you a very interesting topic. So, how do you feel the friendships have impacted your self-discovery and your personal growth?
When we talk about friendship, we always believe in one thing that the person knows me in and out. So if I am trying to perceive myself in a certain way, I will always try to believe that I am very good, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm perfect and at few things also. But the person who is a real friend of mine, he will not only tell me what I'm good at, he will be able to he will be able to show me the mirror where I'm not good at. So friendship is the most important thing in this because your parents also don't know. As a teenager, my parents would not know what I doing outside the home. My sister, my brothers, even my relatives, they will not be aware. But my friend is the only person who is there with me when I'm outside, when I'm on my own. He knows what I'm doing when I'm free, when I'm having the freedom of doing anything. So if he is a right friend, if he is a genuine friend, he will share his genuine opinion with me. He will share with me that, yeah, here you are going wrong. So in that, as one previous topic was being discussed about communication, so communication is very important because communication, most of the people speak that it's talking. It's not talking, it's talking, it's listening, and then it's understanding. It ends up at understanding. And when a person is saying something, he is saying it so that other people are listening. And and when other people are listening, it's their duty to understand. And the person who is speaking, it is his most important duty to realize that I am being understood or not. So in friendship also, this is the whole thing. My time is over.
Thank you, guest Sunil, for your wonderful ideas and opinions.
Now,
As you had already as you had already introduced yourself with Ashish, and so I thought the best topic itself would be the self-discovery through friendships you have discovered. And thank you for being today in this meeting. So we have our next guest. So can you just tell me your name?
Savi.
Savi. All right, guest Savi. So I have an interesting topic for you. So there are situations that sometimes we want to forgive a friend for misunderstanding, but feel like our forgiveness might be taken for granted and so the same mistake might be made again. So, how do you deal with the situation at such situations in your friendship?
So before I begin, what friendship is all about? Friendship is understanding each other's opinion, understanding what the person is saying, what your friend is trying to say, and then you, I'm sorry, just allow me a minute. Can you
You
speak
can
on
restart.
YouTube?
You can restart. You can restart. Start again.
And speak your heart,
Don't worry.
anything.
Yeah. So, do you need to repeat the topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhjot, you can repeat the topic.
Yeah, so there are situations in our friendship when we do want to forgive someone, but and then at the same time we are afraid that our forgiveness might be taken for granted and the things may repeat over again. So how do you deal with such situation in your friendship?
In every friendship, there are ups and downs. We understand them. We at times we deal with them. In some of the cases, we understand what the person is trying to say, and we give firstly we give them chance if such a situation comes. Then, if the situation is repeated again and again, communication plays here an important role. We once communicate, we twice communicate, but after that, forgiveness is nothing. Nothing can be done. So if me in being that case, I just communicate and solve the issue. I think
Thank you, guest Savi, for your wonderful ideas. And so I have a couple of more topics. So anyone?
We can move to the next section. If last one, anyone interested? Yes.
We have Sharad.
So guest Sharad. I also see guest Sudhi, Toastmaster Sudhi,
Yeah.
Sharad. So Toastmaster Sharad, I have an interesting topic for you. So uh, yeah. So, uh, as we are in the current age of globalization and the social media, it has inculcated a very interesting opportunity to have diverse friendships all across. So, so I would like to hear your opinion on how do you feel, what are the benefits of having diverse friendships and interacting with different cultures?
Prabhjot, can you please repeat your topic?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I am saying that in the current age of globalization and also the social media, there is an interesting opportunity of having diverse friendships across different cultures. So what do you think are the benefits of having diverse friendships and interactions with different cultures?
Okay. Thank you, TM Prabhjot, for the wonderful topic. So, diverse friendships allows one to get the know about different religion, race, and across the borders people. So one can have the opportunity to interact with someone who is not within our country, whose rules and regulation didn't like us. So we can communicate through different social media platform nowadays and make friendship through that, and we come to know their culture and how their day-to-day life through that, and which I think is nowadays increasing, and it's good for the country and good for individual to know many places and culture, and it also helps to get to know the different people how they are how the way they talk and the way they doing their things. So it's wonderful to have such diversification in this friendships and countries across the countries. And I also might remember that when I joined my college in my BTech, so I come across different countries. So I came to I'm very excited to know more about their country and how these people are doing over there. So it's wonderful to have such things nowadays. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, for your wonderful opinions. So I have this last interesting topic left in my bucket, and I did saw Toastmaster Sudhir raising his hand last time, and also anyone else who would be willing to speak on.